Anyway, so the mural goes where we're doing fillers and stuff like that, and then
with paintbrushes.
Yeah, with paintbrushes.
We didn't have with paint. We didn't.
They did not allow us to use spray cans.
To use spray cans.
Stop it.
So the first mural was done with paintbrushes.
Hand painted with brushes.
Graffiti, you guys. No, we were. No, man. I was just sitting here and I said, "Oh my God." I remember. I do remember when he came up to me.
Go ahead.
He was cool. He was kind of shy. I think he voiced to me that he really liked hip hop and that he wanted to, learn how to be more into hip hop or something like that.
Sure.
How do I get into hip hop? I think that was the question.
And I don't know what I told him because, now I really say that we really didn't know what we was doing. We were just having fun.
Yeah, he's like, just do you.
So fantastic. So let's talk about that just as a group really quick. In terms of what was the blueprint? How did we know? How did we know how to do the graffiti? How did we know what was rapping on stage and all this stuff? Was it the movies for you guys?
Oh, most definitely. Breakin', Beach Street, Wild Style.
Same. I'll add,
the pilot.
Well, when Run DMC kind of took it to that more
watching
commercial
them
level. Yeah.
So you're seeing them perform on what, MTV or something?
Yeah, something like that. So
movies?
Mine would have to be movies, and when we started getting into the MTV video era.
Yo MTV Raps?
MTV, definitely, because we were able to
shout out Fat Five Freddy.
We were able to see New York rap, Chicago house music even sometimes, to West Coast, Ice-T, Too Short.
Early East Coast, right. West Coast, rather.
Early West Coast, NWA and all of that. So, for me, like MTV Raps and all those kind of taught me how should I say?
How to express your hip hop
right, because
creativity.
It was almost like the local people wanted me to just be who I was.
Yeah.
And I believe that's when I was finally accepted because, like I said, I was always trying to be this local boy, and it wasn't happening. But once I became myself and I did what I did, I remember being on Facebook and I'm talking about, Oakland, Sacramento, this. And somebody came on, no, bro, what about Hawaii? You one local boy. And more people on Maui was popping up on that whole feed saying this. And I said, oh, wow.
Because you're legend.
I'm a local boy.
You are, bro.
I'm a local boy.
What was your catchphase? Popolo Poi? No,
the Popolo Poi dog.
Yeah, Popolo Poi dog.
Poi dog.
Yes, sir.
So
for me, movies was essential.
Yeah.
Because I was in a void, and we'll talk about my origin thing in a second. But Wild Style, Style Wars,
yeah.
Breakin' 2, but Beat Street was
epic.
Beat Street and Wild Style
were. Why are you forgetting about the pilot?
The afternoon ABC afternoon special.
The pilot. That was
the other one. What was the other one? Yellow. Yellow is the color.
That's rapping.
Oh.
Bathroom fool.
Bathroom fool.
Van Peebles, man.
Wild Style.
Well, Crush Groove.
Crush Groove.
Crush Groove. Right?
Throw Crush Groove in there if you're going to do those.
A Wild Style and Beat Street were my Bibles. That was my college degree of hip-hop. Mm-hmm. And I am, at this point, when those movies came out, we'll go ahead and talk about my orange now. Then. So, in my younger years, these movies came out 83, 84. So at that time, I'm 11, 12 years old, right? And those movies were like, this is how graffiti's done. This is when they're breaking scene in Beat Street, when they meet in the train station for that rock battle.
Ooh.
Boom. What they do? They see each other.
Battle cry.
Battle cry. That's the right thing. Let's serve these dudes, man.
put down the boombox, line up, and go at it. And I'm just like, right now I'm getting chills just talking about it, because for a 11 and 12-year-old kid,
Yeah, that was wild.
this was Elvis, the Beatles, the Westerns, science fiction, all rolled up into one, with kids that are my age.
Right.
Dressing like how I would dress. Like, this is so important for a kid on Maui, where we're so far from it. We're so distant from it. It brought it home, and it's sitting there on my television. It felt like my lifeline to the world that I wanted to be involved in.
Right.
So back up a couple of years prior to that, I grew up on Maui. Was born in Oahu. I moved to Florida when I was in 3rd grade. Halfway through my Wailuku Elementary 3rd grade, I moved to Florida. Total culture shock. I was already talking pidgin and everything over here. Like, that's how I was raised. Get over there, they're treating me like I'm handicapped because I'm speaking that way. And now I don't look like I can't white pass. So, because I'm weird looking according to them, I'm in the South. So I'm isolated. So my 5th grade year rolls around. And it's the get to know everybody thing at the first day of school. Now, everybody's walking around. I knew some of the kids because I was there from 3rd grade, 4th grade. Now we're in 5th grade. Kids walking around, and I see 2 kids sitting in the corner. Just happen to be African-American, having a conversation to themselves. Nobody else is going on. They're avoiding it like it's nuclear or something. I'm from Hawaii, man. I don't play that. So I was like, I could be mingling with these cats. I'd rather go and see what these brothers are talking about. So I sit down with them. Hey, guys, they're shocked. And I'm like, we had a sheet. What's your favorite movie this year? What's your favorite song? Everybody was writing down.
Oh, is that the icebreaker game kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And you had to talk to people, fill out the paper, right? Everybody was saying the same song. DjBlast Band Centerfold. Biggest song at that moment.
Wow.
Biggest song at that moment. Now, music was drawn. I was drawn to music at the time, but this was about to change significantly from this conversation. So I sit down with these 2 kids. Don't remember their names. I love you guys. Thank you so much for helping me.
Let's just call them Bill and Ted.
So we start talking about music. And they're like, what's your favorite song? And I say, DjBlast Band Centerfold, because that's what everybody was doing. And I'm a stupid 5th grader kid, right? One of them goes to me and says, well, my favorite song is Planet Rock by Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force.
Hot dang.
And my wig is blown off at this point because I'm a big science fiction fan. We're coming off of Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back at this point. I'm a huge science fiction fan from growing up in Hawaii watching Kikaida, Kamen Rider, Go Ranger. Like, this is my jam, right? Now, this kid says to me, Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force. Boom, my imagination is going. I see the 5 Rangers lining up with the colors and stuff, and I see all this stuff. Little did I know how similar it was going to be,
very
right?
Close, yeah.
Hand clap. No renegade.
The other kid looks at me and he goes, it's Nasty from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5.
That even sounds even more Power Rangers.
Grandmaster Flash and the Fear. What are you saying right now, right? I'm like looking at him like, I need to leave this classroom and go to the record store and buy this stuff. Where do I even? Oh, you can't find this stuff in the record store. That's what they tell me.
Yeah, at that time.
So they write down on my sheet. I could care less about all the questions talking to anybody else. My mind was already, I need to get to a radio right now. When is school done? They wrote down this radio station. I don't remember the radio station in Tampa at the time. 101 FM, I don't know. They write it down. Boom, I ride my bike right after school. Fast as I could to my grandmother's house. Shout out to my Nana. The reason why I went to my grandmother's house is because she had a giant console entertainment system that they had in the 70s where it's wood with these big speakers on the front. You lift this big thing up and you got a turntable and you got a radio. Remember those things?
Yeah.
It was I remember listening, the music just sounded so boomy and stuff. This is before the age of subwoofers and all this stuff.
Analog,
just sounded so good.
I believe they had 10-inch speakers in those ones.
Those things were their own speaker boxes.
Yeah.
So I said, whatever this is, whatever this radio station is, I need to go to my Nana's house and figure it. So I drive up. I don't see her car. Cool, by myself. Run into the house. Pop this sucker open. Tune into the radio station with the thing that went up and down like this. Boom, 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 boom. Rock, Planet Rock. It was on. Planet Rock was playing in the middle of the song, and they were playing the whole 8-minute version. And just when I find the station, it's playing. Now, every other station is like, sailing takes me away, or da na 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 na. I turn that station. I've never heard a drum machine in my life, and those drums came popping out, and I'm hearing laser noises, and then the robot voice comes up, rock, Planet Rock, and I'm just like, this is the science fiction. This is everything I just imagined all day. This is everything. So I found myself unconsciously with my hand on the volume dial just going, it just needs to be louder. It's not loud enough. It needs to be louder. My grandmother had plates on the wall.
Oh, no.
This thing is shaking the whole house. My grandmother, who I love so much, I had a great relationship with her, she wasn't home. So I'm cranking it louder. I turn around. She's in the kitchen looking like this. And I got my hand on the volume, and I'm like, and it's cranking and shaking in her whole house, and she looks at me like this and goes back into the kitchen.
Nice.
No, turn it down.
She wanted it louder too.
No, what are you playing? What is this terrible music?
What is this Oonga Boonga music you're playing?
Of course, I turned it down knowing that my grandmother is now right in the other room. Right. I went and gave her a hug and stuff. But the fact that she didn't yell at me made the whole difference for me.
Nice.
So here I am hearing Planet Rock. Right afterwards, Rapper's Delight. Right after that, it's Nasty. I could not get enough of this radio station because they're playing. Dude, there was so little records to play. They would flip over Rapper's Delight and play the instrumental. 9 minutes of the instrumental, 15 minutes of the instrumental. Flip over Planet Rock and play the instrumental. And then flip it over and play the vocal. All day, all night. And my parents were coming to my grandmother's house to pick me up. And I couldn't sit there and listen to this all day. I was scrambling to find a radio with a single headset. And I would be in bed, like listening to this radio station. I get up, listening to the radio station. I listen to it on my bike. I could not get enough. I didn't know what it was. There was no marquee saying, "Hey kids, this is hip hop." This was my first experience.
Man.
Got some cassettes, recorded everything I could. Next thing I know, I'm moving back to Maui. So I get back to Maui with my cassettes of all these songs, because I didn't have the records, of course. And I moved to a town called Waihe.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Shout out to Waihe. Now, Maui's a small island with a small town. Paia is a small town compared to Kahului or Wailuku, right? Waihe is astronomically smaller than everything else. Very, very tiny. Small little town. I'm playing my tapes because I'm seeing my cousins again because I just moved back to the island after 3 years being away. Playing the tapes and stuff. Oh, that's that popping music. No. There's something else going on. Oh, no, they just pop to it. Dismissive. They don't care. And I'm just like, okay, I'm alone on this mission, and that's fine. That's fine. On a more personal note, being mixed blood, I'm Hawaiian, Chinese, and white. Being mixed blood means that I'm not accepted here in Hawaii because I'm too light-skinned. In the mainland, I'm too ethnic to be white passing or accepted. So I'm kind of in this void, which led me to have tons of time to myself. So that is crucial to this story because now I'm going to swap meets with my dad, finding old turntables, the kind with the radio in the front with the dials, volume, balance, all that.
Okay.
Remember those? One Christmas, I asked for one thing. I was like, don't get me nothing. This is probably my 7th grade year. Don't get me nothing. Woolworth has a big boom box that's like this big from La Sonic with a cassette deck. Silver, beautiful, giant boom. I was like, this is all I want. I don't know how much it is. This is all Christmas came, my dad hooked it up, got the boom box. So I would take the turntables, run the speaker outs, splice the cables together, put a RCA on the right and left and stick it into the cassette input on the thing. These are speaker outputs.
Right.
Then I don't have a mixer, so I would use the volumes on the front to make my mixtapes, and then I would you do pause with a mixtape.
Pause, right.
So you go, yeah, and you count it.
Yeah.
So you got 8, and then when you listen to it, doom, 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 yeah, doom.
Yeah.
So I would make these tapes, stick it in my boombox, get on my bike, 9D batteries, get on my BMX bike, ride from Waihe to Ka'ahumanu, the mall, on the weekend, which is a long ride on a bike. I don't know how many miles, but Hawaii sun. And I would go, walk into the mall, go to the stage, put my boombox down like I saw on Beat Street, and hit play on my mixtape that I worked on. And then soon, like, breakdancers and poppers would come around and stuff and just start dancing. Well, my boombox was pretty big, but they would still put down and try to challenge. The difference was those people had the store-bought cassettes of this, that, and the other thing. So after a few minutes, this song's fading out. Mine, yeah. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, non-stop music. So when this stuff is fading out, I'm still banging.
Oh, yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, 12-year-old DjBlast is winning the boombox wars of Kahumanu Center.
Let's take it back. You weren't DjBlast yet.
I was not. But at the time, my DJ name was
Ready?
DJ Def Jam. I turn around, here comes time for my rap, and I literally go, and my voice didn't work.